Good morning. Welcome back to Duty's Daggers. We're doing a little bit of a truck video today. Got in early, needed to make this video. So, my buddy Will sent me a couple knives to check out recently. Check these guys out. These are kind of weird looking, huh? These are made by Shielded Knives, and they are called the Scythe. Check this out. Whoo, hoo, hoo. That's gnarly, dude. And here's the smaller one. Same thing, just smaller. These are so gnarly. I remember seeing these drop a while back, and I thought they looked cool, but it was more of a kind of a, I thought they'd be cool to own, but they're not that practical for EDC stuff. And especially back then, I still am like this, but I was really only interested in practical things that I would be able to use for EDC. And I'm still am like that quite a bit, mostly. But now after handling these, I kind of want one just because they're so cool. And it is a very good self-defense knife, which is really its primary purpose, right? Holding it like a karambit maybe. I mean, this is like a raptor talon. This is just gnarly, dude. This would really mess somebody up badly. Which I'm not looking to do, I'm not looking to mess someone up, but it would purely be a self-defense thing. Even then, I don't know if you really want to mess someone up that badly. So really, it's just a kind of a cool thing to have, and I'm fine with that. Not every knife needs to be a super good EDC knife, although that's what I usually prefer. So this is the larger one. This is a titanium frame lock. Got a DLC finish on the blade. Blade steel is S35VN. Oh, please subscribe to the channel. Go down there, look and make sure you are subscribed, and then while you're down there, push the like button, please. Go ahead and do that right now. I'll wait for you. All right, thank you. We got a large full backspacer that sits proud of the scale here. Wraps all the way around the butt too. Very grippy, super grippy. It's got like jimped, it's jimped, I guess you'd say. It's wrapped around the butt so you can do the reverse grip and have your thumb kind of on that grippiness. Flipper only, but on this one I can reverse flick it. Because so much of that blade's sticking out, I kind of have to use like the side of my finger like this rather than like this. But I can definitely do it. It's really smooth too. It's on bearings. One little shake. Very nice. Very snappy. The front flipper, or the flipper, is kind of angling down. It's got it's got pretty grippy jimping on it, but just the leverage you get and how it's shaped and the detent is really nice. There's no way you can fail this knife. I've tried. I'm gonna say this. I am not a huge fan of flipper knives. There are exceptions if they're done very well. The majority of flipper knives are not done well, though. And I can't understand why any maker or designer would let a knife go out with a flipper tab that can be easily failed. I don't understand why they would not put a stouter detent, change the flipper tab, something. If you're doing quality control, or maybe you get a prototype and you're like, okay, here's my design. This is the first time I've seen it actually made. Let's go ahead and try the flipper tab. And you go to flip it and it just goes, well. You would say, all right, back to the drawing board, right? We need to change something. It needs a stouter detent. Something needs to change. I'm tired of these flipper tabs that they flip fine, but you actually got to make sure that you are pressing the flipper tab hard enough to get it to deploy. If you just kind of lazily, barely press it, they just go like this. Boop. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable. I will not accept it any longer. These are not like that though. This is very snappy. Can't fail it at all. really actually pretty fun to flip. Just the flipper tab is so comfortable, and it just pops out so nicely. This one is even snappier. We'll get it to it in a second. It's wild. The scales are contoured. It's a pretty comfy knife. I do feel the clip a little bit, but it's not like it's poking me, but I feel it. It's got like a ball bearing in the clip at the end here. Let me put it in my pants and see how it feels. Oh, yeah, that works pretty good actually. Yeah, in and out really easily. Gets over the thick seam of my Carhartt pants, so that's good. Yeah, that's about it. That's the big Scythe. It's about 160 bucks. I think that's a pretty darn good deal. Now we got the mini one. And this is they're on Amazon right now for $65. I'll put a link down in the description. I'm very tempted to buy one. This is a micarta. They have it in G10 as well. It's got like a rock texture on the micarta. This thing is unbelievably snappy. It's insane, dude. It probably doesn't really translate through video just how snappy it is, but trust me, it's like Kaiser Lieb level snappy. If you don't know the Kaiser Lieb, you can go look up my video on it or somebody else's video. That's one of the snappiest little knives ever. Just the flipper tab combo with the detent is insanely snappy. This one is just like that. So snappy. There's not a chance in hell you're gonna fail this knife. Trying as hard as you can, there's not even a way even close that you could do it. This one I can't reverse flick, probably because the detent is stouter. Also, there's no black coating on the blade, so it's a little slipperier. This one I can get a full grip on like this, but you know, it's pushing it. With both of these knives, you know, they have jimping on the spine right here, but it feels really weird to put your thumb up there. Like it's like wrenching your thumb up, bending it in an unnatural way. So I would probably mostly be using it like this, pinch grip with a finger on the spine, you know, opening up a package, doing a utility cut. These are probably going to be pretty good utility cutters, you know. I don't know. They're so thin at the tip. You know, you'd think these would be really good utility cutters, and they would be. They're gonna get dull quicker, and since you're really only using like this much of the edge, and so that little portion is gonna dull pretty quickly, rather than spreading it out among the full length of the edge. It's just concentrated in that one area. It's gonna get dull. And for utility cuts, you want kind of more meat behind the tip. This is more of a piercing tip than like a draw cut utility cutter. Like for example, I think I have my I got my Jack Wolf, or not my Jack Wolf, my Ohio River Jack, Warncliffe. This is a better utility cutter because of all the meat that's behind the edge here. I can get a lot of pressure down. It's not as fragile. I can just really push down and get a nice draw cut. But it'll be absolutely fine. I mean, opening packages, this will be amazing. A few, you know, nice utility cuts, they'll be totally fine. Self-defense, yeah, absolutely. The blade steel on this one's 154 cm. And we have a wire clip instead of that ball clip. Still got the full length backspacer, wraps all the way around with the gearing. Same mean ass blade shape. The sharpening choil area on these guys, it's okay. There's a little more separation on this one than the small one. There's no smile yet. You know, that edge bevel has not widened yet. I imagine it will probably on the next sharpen though. And on this one, there's a tiny bit of a smile, but it's not too bad. But on the next sharpen, it will probably have one. Yeah, these are fucking cool, man. These are just really cool. Reversible clips on both of them, by the way. They're cool. Not very practical for everyday EDC carry, but they're fun, number one. They're interesting and unique, which interesting and unique is a commodity nowadays. There's so many knife designs coming out that are just Another titanium frame lock, drop point, or sheep's foot. There's so many of them that it's getting harder and harder to come up with something actually that gets people interested in, and something that's unique. These are absolutely unique. And I think on that merit alone would be enough for me to buy one of these guys. I don't know if I'd spend $160 on the frame lock one. It is really nice. I think I probably will go ahead and spend $65 on this really snappy little guy. It's just fun. I happen to have my my Kershaw, I think it's the 10, the Launch 10, another Hawkbill, much less of a bill on it, but similar. And this is a great EDC knife. Just, you know, box cutter. It's just so cool at it. It's so good at it. So there's a little comparison for you. Here's the Ohio River Jack. If you happen to have one of those. And I think I got my Severn. Yeah, I got my Severn on me today. There's that. So there you go. The Shieldon Scythe. Pretty rad. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video. I'll see you soon.